Turns out the fan backlash against the Halo series isn't necessarily as real as what a lot of people thought it was going to be. A lot of people, of course, this has already got a season two, but I think a lot of people that, were against the first two episodes of this series thought that maybe there'd be enough backlash that maybe, at best in season two, you would get some changes that would fit more with the lore, changes that would fit with the video games that people know and love. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon, simply because it's a success for Paramount Plus. Let's go ahead and let's read this article about just how much of a success this show actually is. Oh, wrong button. All right. The Halo TV series received negative feedback from longtime fans of the game series, but that didn't stop curious gamers from tuning in. Halo now stands as Paramount Plus's most watched series premiere worldwide within 24 hours of its release. No viewership numbers were made public by Paramount Plus, but it should be noted that Yellowstone prequel 1883 drew in nearly 5 million viewers when it aired on the same network. That's pretty big. I mean, that's a pretty big viewing. I mean, you've got over 5 million people tuning into this show. I mean, why would you cancel it and why would you make changes when you are getting, those kind of numbers? I mean, you wouldn't. It'd be stupid not to. So it kind of just makes you wonder, where does that leave the Halo fans that are, clamoring about this, that are afraid that if this is a success, that it will then affect the things that they love the most, which is the video games and possible future movies or series down the road. I think they should be worried. I'll say this, as a Star Wars fan, as um Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, when it come to the Legend of Korra, and of course, all the crap that they're making now, they changed a lot of what the original fans loved. They tried to make it political. They tried to make it about social stuff, things that we really didn't want to hear about in these worlds. But yet, that is what they made it. That is Hollywood in general. Anytime that Hollywood goes and tries to tell us that we're toxic because we're fans of something and we love something and we don't want it ruined, just always think of the Will Smith moment. I mean, these are the people that that we sit there and that proclaim us to be toxic. I mean, that's how unstable a lot of them are. I'm not saying everybody in Hollywood's that way, but I mean, you can just go to many of their Twitter feeds and, even in the Halo director's, feed and just kind of get the idea of what he was really up to. He wanted the Halo name, but didn't want anything to do with the Halo, franchise. He wanted to make his own, something completely different. And my take to that is if you want to make something that is completely and totally different, don't put Halo to the name of it. I mean, that's just personally the way I feel towards it. I think many fans would actually agree with that as well. So I mean, I hate, I hate that it's a gigantic success. I was hoping that a lot of this fan outrage would actually, come into the numbers and maybe where that they would change it up and maybe where the loyal fans of this franchise would maybe get something that fitted their wants. But casual viewers are going to ruin it. People like me. I mean, in this regard, I am a casual viewer. I am not one that's, got, I don't have a dog in this fight. Um, I am not a big fan of Halo. I'm not a big fan of this series. Do I know what is lore and what isn't? Not really. I'm just going along by what I personally think, what I personally see on screen. And I'll say this what I've seen on screen, especially in episode one, I thought episode one looked like the green screen moments. You could really tell the background settings looked really lame. It looked like a really low budget, really a low budget set in a lot of ways. The suit looks terrible. Not a big fan of it. I think they do their best in fight scenes, but even those fight scenes, especially of course, episode two had literally no fight scenes, but episode one didn't really make any sense. You've got Pablo Scriber as Master Chief, and when that outpost was being attacked by the Covenant, everybody's like shooting, on that truck, that gun on that truck. And then he goes in and picks up that gun on that truck and he starts killing them. Well, why was it bouncing off of them when they were shooting it? But yet when you shoot it, it's different. It's the same bullets. Like it's not because you're Master Chief that somehow you're, you're that much better of a shot or that you make those bullets stronger. You don't. So I personally thought that moment was incredibly lame. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the characters. I think so many of these characters are just useless and wasted. I think Pablo Scriber as an actor, who I'm a gigantic fan of, as being an American Gods, Mad Sweeney, absolutely loved him. Fan. I mean, I thought American Gods was nothing without Mad Sweeney. I thought this dude was going to go in there and I thought he was going to really change something. I thought, yes, fans might be pissed at him at first that didn't know him, but I thought they'd warm up to him because I thought we were going to get that Pablo Scriber that was in American Gods. We have not got that. We've got a RoboCop. We've got a walking, talking computer that shows no emotion at all through two episodes. And I don't have much hope for episode three either. So at the end of the day, like I said, as a fan, I might not be a fan of the Halo series, but I am disappointed in a lot of ways to think that people who care about this series and people who care about this franchise are not necessarily getting what they want because of casual viewers like me. They're probably boosting up these ratings. Now, there's probably a lot of hate watch too that's going on. I mean, all you got to do is turn over to the Angry Joe channel and you'll see a lot of that. It's not that they're watching because they absolutely love the show. They're watching because they feel like it's a train wreck. And in most cases, I would actually agree with them fully and totally when it comes to this. But I don't know. Like I said, as a fan, my heart goes out to the Halo franchise fans that are thinking that they're getting a raw deal with this because look, when it comes to something you love and you put a lot of effort, you put a lot of money in a lot of these franchises, whether it be tickets, toys, whatever, you put a lot of money, a lot of effort, of learning these lore. I mean, it's time. I mean, you're only given so much time on this earth. And if you take that time to learn the lore of it, that's something too. So, totally understand from a fan perspective that this is probably a nightmare. And I feel truly, truly sorry for Halo fans because of, like I said, casual viewers like me who are boosting these ratings 5 million strong or more, which I'll be honest, kind of shocks me. Because after watching episode one, it was more like hate watching for me, episode two, because I was like, I have no I have no energy for this series. I have no hope for this series moving forward. This is like a really bad version of RoboCop. That's all I see in it. But apparently 5 million strong see something differently because they're still tuning in. But we'll just have to see in the future. Let's see the entire season and see whether or not, there's a drop off at any point. I'm curious to see if there is. I would expect there is if it keeps going down this trajectory. I cannot see your average fan who really has nothing into this fight between fans and Hollywood when it comes to this franchise. Them just tuning in and watching something that's utter crap. But I mean, let's just see. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. And you can always check us out on Minds and sorry, been fighting a cold. Always check us out on Minds as well and Rumble. And if you enjoy our content here on Rants or Us, please like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.